Ladies and gentlemen, as is often the case, we've seen volatility on Bitcoin, and that volatility on Bitcoin has led to altcoins getting dragged through the mud, and this is causing a lot of questions and concerns to be raised about the validity of the altcoin season. I'm here to clear up those concerns. I'm clearing up the concerns from a cyclical perspective and from a medium-term perspective, and I'm here to show you the truth about the altcoin season in 2025. It's bullish, it's good news. Everything right now on a macro scale, on a cyclical scale, is going quite smoothly. That may contradict some of your beliefs at the moment, so let's dive into it. Before we do so, check out the 2025's and BitGet exchanges. 2025's is global, non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world, and BitGet is global minus the USA. So take your picks depending on your geographical location. With both of those exchanges, you can use my links down below to sign up. It takes 30 seconds. And if you use my links to sign up, you'll get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. So with those links, that's an exclusive discount. You can't go wrong. Help out the channel and help out yourself by getting on a good exchange. Let's get into the content. Now, the 4-year cycle is something that everyone knows about, right? The vast majority of people know about it as least. It is a date range trend that affects Bitcoin that determines where Bitcoin goes on a cyclical level, right? Every 4 years, we see the cycle repeat. The cycle includes 1 year of upside, 1 year of downside, and 2 years of consolidation/accumulation, totaling 4 years. It is triggered by the halving. It was first triggered in 2012, and ever since then, we've seen a very predictable pattern occur on a Bitcoin date range perspective. Now, we see structural differences between cycles, okay? Every cycle is different to some extent. For example, 2021, we saw a kind of double peak cycle. In 2017, it was very linear. It was very straightforward, just ramping to the upside in an exponential move. And in the first cycle back here in 2012, 2013, we saw two significant major legs with a big correction in the middle, okay? So every cycle is different, but every cycle also follows very strict date range trends. And those date range trends form a larger umbrella trend that is the 4-year cycle. Now, the date range trend we have in the 4-year cycle so far is valid until proven otherwise. It's the only thing Bitcoin's ever seen, and therefore any data we can harvest from the Bitcoin charts that attempts to contradict it is itself part of the 4-year cycle, given the scale of the 4-year cycle encompassing all of Bitcoin's price action. So it really is everything. But within this cycle, for Bitcoin, we have the effects that it has on altcoins. And the effects it has on altcoins, generally speaking, is we see a massive altcoin season during the parabolic leg of Bitcoin cycle. So when Bitcoin enters a bull market, in that 1 year of the 4 years, it enters a bull market, that's when we see an altcoin season. And that's actually when we see altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, which is represented on the Bitcoin dominance chart on the screen here. So this chart is a percentage-based chart. When this chart goes down, when Bitcoin dominance drops, it represents altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. When it rises, it represents Bitcoin outperforming altcoins. Now, here's what a lot of people don't know. We know that the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is based on dates. Okay, there's a certain amount of days from top to bottom, from bottom to top, from all these kind of things, from halving to halving, from halving to top, and that makes it very structurally intact. It makes it very predictable on a macro scale. We can kind of vaguely guess or know when the top will be, when the bottom will be. We don't know what price it will be at, but we know when it will happen as per the date range trend. But a lot of people don't know that date range trend formula actually converts into the Bitcoin dominance chart as well. Just like we have these date range trends on the Bitcoin chart, we have it on the Bitcoin dominance chart as well, which means we can get a good scale about how long altcoin season lasts, okay? And so far, in the last 2 cycles, we have seen altcoin season last exactly 322 days. So in 2017, we saw Bitcoin dominance massively start to drop off over here, and 322 days later, we saw the bottom of the Bitcoin dominance chart, and we saw the reversal, meaning Bitcoin started outperforming altcoins once again, and that is synonymous with Bitcoin topping out, by the way. When Bitcoin tops out, it starts outperforming altcoins, because when we see a bear market, people flock into Bitcoin for safety, and they dump their altcoins. Exact same thing happened in 2021, Bitcoin dominance tanking, okay, it bottomed out around here, that's when Bitcoin topped at least, and then from there it went to the upside. And if it was to take 322 days again, roughly, just like the last 2 cycles, and supported by the broader 4-year cycle, we would see Bitcoin dominance bottoming out at around October 2025, which lines up with the top estimation from the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, which is October 2025. So this is all connected, okay? So when we talk about the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, we're not really just talking about Bitcoin. We're talking about the 4-year cycle for the entire cryptocurrency market, because Bitcoin is the leader of the cryptocurrency market, And therefore, how Bitcoin moves affects how altcoin moves, okay? If Bitcoin's going up massively, people aren't buying Bitcoin anymore. They're flocking into altcoins because they want more returns. They're greedy. They see the market as bullish. They're selling their Bitcoin. They're cashing out at the levels that they deemed necessary, and they're putting it into altcoins seeking higher returns. If Bitcoin's crashing, okay, altcoins are crashing even harder because people see that as a sign that the cryptocurrency market is dying. And so people flock to Bitcoin and stablecoins for safety. So the Bitcoin 4-year cycle very much affects the altcoin cycles as well. And the altcoin cycle is very, very clear. The altcoin cycle, overlaid with the Bitcoin cycle, okay, says that the altcoin season has begun. It begun back here in November, and it will extend until around October 2025 when Bitcoin tops out as per the 4-year cycle until proven otherwise. Now, obviously, the broader cycle can be invalidated, but this is all assuming it continues. The trend is your friend until it ends. We'll speak about it if it does get invalidated, okay? There's no point dwelling on that right now. We just need to be aware of the invalidation points, and we speak about that every bloody video at this point. So it's important to note that the altcoin market and altcoin season is much bigger than just altcoin charts. It's actually very predictable as per the most predictable thing we have in the cryptocurrency market, which is the 4-year cycle itself. So right now, as per the regular cyclical theory, we are in an altcoin season. And as per actual just basic analysis, we're in an altcoin season as well. If we overlay the Bitcoin chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart onto the Bitcoin chart, what we can see from the last cycle is when Bitcoin broke its all-time high from 2017 in 2020 and entered that first parabolic leg, that is when Bitcoin dominance started dropping. Structurally, the exact same thing is happening this time. When Bitcoin broke its 2021 all-time high properly and entered its first parabolic leg, structurally, that is when Bitcoin dominance has started dropping as well. So we're doing the same thing as we did the last cycle at this point, and that is further supporting the idea, the theory, that we're just following regular cyclical trends on Bitcoin dominance as well as following regular trends on Bitcoin itself. On top of this, the Ethereum BTC chart, this is the Ethereum chart measured in relation to Bitcoin, is at a very strong bottoming out point. Okay, we have the bottom of this very long kind of descending channel formation. We have this breakout point primed and ready to break on the weekly chart RSI as well. We're on this strong horizontal support. That is a bounce zone if I've ever seen it. And if we see that bounce follow through, that will lead to Ethereum dragging the altcoin market to the upside and outperforming Bitcoin dramatically, which will further enforce that altcoin season. So although we're not seeing at the moment, admittedly, we're not seeing a massive altcoin season, an altcoin parabolic leg or anything like that, it definitely does seem like it's coming at some point. And why aren't we seeing it right now? Well, we're not seeing it because Bitcoin has been quite underwhelming, actually. Obviously, we know that the Bitcoin dominance chart historically has started dropping when Bitcoin does its first parabolic move above the all-time high. But in this case, that parabolic move only lasted 3 weeks, and then we went straight into a pretty extended correction. And you can see that during the 3 weeks that Bitcoin was really blasting, Bitcoin dominance was really dropping. And right now it's just flatlining because Bitcoin's flatlining. So I do expect that when Bitcoin... if Bitcoin and when Bitcoin kicks back to the upside, I do expect Bitcoin dominance to start dropping properly again. That would be just a normal thing to expect as per what we've seen previously. It could happen differently this time. Of course, every cycle is different, but that's what we've seen previously, and that's sort of what I'm going off. The total cryptocurrency market cap at this point is in a very strong position for something like a parabolic altcoin season to begin at some point. We have a resistance support flip from the prior 2021 all-time high. The total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart is not quite there, so perhaps we need a little bit more room to the upside before that really occurs. It's still at resistance from 2021, and Bitcoin itself, of course, is still at pretty strong resistance at around 103k. So the market's not really ready yet for that parabolic altcoin season, just purely because Bitcoin's not ready yet to go to all-time highs. It's not, well, at the moment, at least in the short term, that could change very quickly, but it's simply in consolidation at this point as we speak. Hopefully that changes soon, but that's just what it is right now. You don't see parabolic altcoin moves when Bitcoin's in consolidation, at least not at this phase of the cycle, maybe a bit later. You see Bitcoin rising and altcoins rising even more. That's generally how it goes. So I don't think the altcoin season's at threat just from simple cyclical analysis. If you believe the 4-year cycle is a thing, and that's an objective fact, it is a thing. There's no denying that at this point. If you believe the 4-year cycle is a thing, and you believe that the trend is your friend until it ends, and you agree that there's no reason really to disagree with the 4-year cycle at this point because nothing's really happened, there's no breakdown, nothing's happened, like there's no actual data invalidating it, and you believe the trend is your friend until it ends, well then you have to extend that logically to the altcoin market because the altcoin market is led by Bitcoin. So to me, it's just objectively true that at this point, the altcoin season is fine, as is the Bitcoin bull market, until proven otherwise. Now, if we see a big drop on Bitcoin and Bitcoin crashes below, 86,000, or it crashes below 74,000, or it really starts going down, obviously then everything's screwed. But until that point, everything just seems fine here. So guys, that's my altcoin market update. Thank you for watching. Again, check out the Bitfinex and BitGet exchanges. Bitfinex being global non-KYC, BitGet being global minus the USA. Again, you're paying these guys in fees, all right? You're trusting them to keep your money safe. You're leaving these coins on these exchanges and just hoping for the best. You want to be on a bloody reliable exchange. You want to be on an exchange that's not scamming you, that's giving you cheap fees. And this is why I've chosen Bitfinex and BitGet. Use my links down below and get a 15% trading fee discount to help out the channel and help out yourself. Go ahead and do that if you're interested. And the last thing I'll mention, guys, is my VIP group on Telegram. I trade altcoins on there 4 times a week. I post my altcoin trading plans in video format 4 times a week. Got a PDF document with all of the historical trading results ready for you to view there. A 78.23% win rate. You can't go wrong. If you're interested, check it out. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you soon.